Well, good morning, Jen.
Good morning.
I'm
Thank you
so
for having
excited to have you with me today. So you're Jen Wyder, is it?
me.
Wyder,
Yeah.
with Miramichi Treehouse and Camping Adventures. And I'm so excited that, we're coming to you close to, close to home for me. But also, something that, I drive by and I enjoy watching. And as I said to you, I wish my kids were small again so that we could go there. But why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about Miramichi Treehouse and Camping Adventures?
All right. This is our first season running it. My husband and I bought the business just over 3 years ago. So this is our third season. The Carters owned it before, and they are the ones that built the tree houses. But we have 12 tree houses. We have 6 cottages. We have 4 or 5 tenting sites, and we also have about 30 RV sites with 2 service and 3 services.
Okay, so let's back up a little bit then. It's your third year running it. Were you originally from the area and just something that you wanted to do, or is it something you came in and you said, hey, let's move to Miramichi and start this business?
We actually I spend half of my time in Alberta and half of my time here. I have 6 months here, 6 months in Alberta. My husband is a little less, his job takes him back to Alberta a little bit earlier.
Okay.
But yeah, it was the tree houses that brought us in. We were looking for an adventure, and yeah, how could you pass up tree houses? We had lived in Bathurst for a few years, about 10 years ago. So we were familiar with New Brunswick and love it. So we were happy.
So had you stayed at the tree houses before you turned it into your business?
No.
Okay.
In fact, I have never slept in a tree house. You don't even like to admit it, but it's on the list this year. I've got to sleep in a tree house.
You got to do it, right? You got to do it. Yeah. That's why I said to you, when our kids were small and I had to camp, then I would do it. But now it's like, as I get older, I like the comforts of my home. So, but I love the concept of it, and it looks so fun. So let's talk a little bit about, because when I look at your website and when I drive by them, I 3 things come to mind, right? Family, country, and exploring, right? That's what, and if I was a small child driving by, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I got to stay there. So let's talk a little bit about your location, because you're kind of, Miramichi is the most cost-effective, traveling destination in the province. So let's talk a little bit about the location and where you're actually located.
Okay, we are in Black River. We're on Black River Road North, and we're about a kilometer off of Highway 11 and about 10-minute drive from the bridge in Miramichi. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. You can come here and just completely unwind and unplug. But if you still want to, hit Miramichi for supper or for breakfast, or, you're not very far away.
That's right. That's right.
As well. And it's just beautiful and calm, and yeah,
it really is. It really is a very, very peaceful area. Yes. So, when we looked at, we can't have a discussion without talking about the fact that your business might not have been able to open this year, with all the state of emergency and the pandemic that is happening currently. So when we look at the COVID aftercare that you had to provide, did you have to make a lot of changes to your business, or was it something that was pretty naturally done?
We're pretty lucky because 7 of the tree houses already have washrooms in them. They have their own toilet and sink. And then there's 4 that have a private bathroom. It's not in the tree house, but they don't have to share it. So it's not like we don't have to use the public bathrooms necessarily. Okay. And then with showers, we've just put locks on them and we wash them between each use. So we've had to make those kinds of changes. In the office, it's 1 family at a time. We do have barriers up there. We probably have the cleanest playground around because we spray it down about 3 times a day just to make sure that, that the germs are, hopefully there's not, that everybody's safe.
Right. Yes.
The pool has just opened, and so we are trying to look at that. Right now we're a little bit slower, so we haven't had the numbers but we're going to have to figure out kind of that schedule. So it's just rethinking everything and trying to be creative in how we can make everybody happy and as comfortable and as quote unquote normal as possible.
Right,
But
because you don't want it to be so rigid that when families come, they're like, I don't know what the rules are, but
yeah,
you want them to honor the rules, but yet still have that little bit of, you know,
mhm,
fluid playtime and, as
that's
they
right.
would try to be normal anyway, right?
That's right. Yeah,
So
exactly.
your place is so unique, and you talk about how the tree houses have their own washroom and things like that. So when we look at New Brunswickers, I keep saying New Brunswickers for New Brunswick, right?
Mhm.
The idea of staycations. Um, why should somebody come to Miramichi, Treehouse and Camping Adventures? And what will they find this summer?
Well, first of all, I just want to shout out a thank you to New Brunswick because we have we had to do lots of cancellations. We had people from out of province, and but we've been able to fill in those places. Like people, our dear New Brunswickers have stepped up and they're supporting local, and we're so grateful for that. My goal is to bring some magic back into our lives. We have fairy stones that we hide around, and they're just little glass stones that the fairies hide, and the kids can find and pick up and bring in for prizes. And it's, the tree houses are magical and kind of take us back to that childhood playtime is what we're hoping to give that space to just be able to relax, take a deep breath, and just reconnect as a family and have some fun is our hope.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what and that's great that, I know that, having to cancel some out of town, that those were probably some uncomfortable calls to make, even though we know what's going on. A lot of people are still, it would be still uncomfortable to do that. Um, are you finding that you're getting some repeat people, or are you getting new people that haven't heard from you? Where do your clients come from this year, or who's booking, the sites this year?
We do have some that are returning, and this is maybe their fifth or sixth season, which is
Okay.
wonderful. But we are finding people because they've always traveled out of province, or they've gone, their adventures have taken them further from home.
Mhm.
So we do have quite a few coming in that this is their first time, and they are discovering New Brunswick and what we have to offer right here at home. So
Yeah, and there's so often we head out of New Brunswick,
mhm.
and I know there's a new group called, New Brunswick Staycation, and people are sharing, even their love of, free things too, like hiking trails and things like that, and waterfalls, and those things that we never usually get to see because we're all so busy heading out of the province, right? So how can, besides your website, how can people reach out to you to find out what availability you have left?
Website is the best place, but they can always give us a call. Our phone number is 506-773-6252. And we do our best to answer that. I actually do my best to answer those calls myself. But we have a calendar on our website. We are always kind of tweaking that website because it's not always perfect, but it's and if there's any questions, again, just giving us a call, sending us off an email, which you can do through the website. Yeah.
And it sounds like safety and um, for one, cleanliness, but safety and, precautions are
Mhm.
top of mind for you. So,
Yes.
people that are worried about, what they're going to find, you're kind of taking that worry away from them.
Right. We're hoping to take that seriously so that they can hopefully relax and again reconnect as a family and not have to have that first in their form or in their, in their
Awesome.
thoughts, but that hopefully that's taken care of. And
Yeah. Well,
so
that's amazing. And I love, love, love that, branding is all about, the magic and, the fairy gardens and the tree houses and just that serene location that you have out there. So I wish you the best summer. I wish you, all the greatest and hopefully all your families that are coming in to meet you and to stay at the tree houses. Hope they all have a fantastic summer.
thank you so much. This has been a joy. Thank
Thank
you.
you.